there came a point in my career where I really felt like reinvention is needed, and
Yeah.
that also came from the space that somewhere I had the faith and belief that I can do more, and I can do like distinct roles and different stuff. You don't know when that interesting role that you really want to do is going to come. It could make you wait for months, it could make you wait for a year, 2 years, or more.
For all film related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Pooja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
मैं बताऊं क्या चल रहा था, ये तुम्हारी मेरी बातें from
Oh,
Rock On.
what
That
a
was the first time when I met you.
song! It's like
I
a
know it's one of
timeless.
those timeless. That's one melody that doesn't go out of style, and it's so lovely to see you. Look at you, yeah.
And you too. Listen, you're the
Thank
same,
you.
huh? You're the same forever, which is amazing.
Thank
Totally
you.
amazing.
चलो म्यूचुअल फैन क्लब है हम दोनों का.
Totally.
गुड टू सी यू प्राची. एक
Thank you.
बात बताओ, साइलेंस आपको पसंद है क्या, सन्नाटा बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद?
मुझे honestly silence, calmness, horror फिल्में ये सब बहुत पसंद है. I do love silence. I feel like silence is a very close friend of mine, and I know that I'm very like comfortable in front of the camera and also when I'm interacting and all that, but otherwise I'm quite a private person, and I'm also a little shy. So मुझे that space of my own, which is silent and which is just me, I love it. Yeah.
Wow. And it's amazing. One thing I admire about you is, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people say that. Kasam say you were the darling of TV. Then you did these fabulous movies like Rock on Bold Button, and suddenly you decided I will take a break because I'm not liking what I'm getting. Aapki industry mein where people get FOMO and they have to be seen, even if it's an airport look or going to the gym or even taking a selfie. How come you are just so secure in taking that time off and then coming back with a bang with silence?
Thank you, Pooja. You're just too kind. But I think that I started out very, very young, and I already played a role which was way beyond my age or years. There came a point in my career where I really felt like reinvention is needed, and that also came from the space that somewhere I had the faith and belief that I can do more, and I can do like distinct roles and different stuff. And I also felt like there is a lack of those kind of interesting parts and roles, which are from coming to me. So it was a very conscious like effort. I was on this quest to look out for, like a treasure hunt. Okay, I'm going to look for some interesting roles now. What happened was I was being offered some wonderful films, very big in package. So of course there were amazing actors in it, like big actors, big directors. I'm sorry, actually that isn't the correct word, but some celebrated artists were a part of the project, and I felt like, but my role is not. It's just not apt for me right now. And as difficult as it was for me to say no, I had to let it go. And once I let it pass, once I said no, I just kept becoming more and more sure of what I wanted to do. And I think this is the uncertainty of an actor's life. You don't know when that interesting role that you really want to do is going to come. It could make you wait for months. It could make you wait for a year, 2 years, or more. And then of course lockdown hits you. And a year again has just passed before, like without knowing. But little did I know that in the year of COVID, and when there is a lockdown, that's when we're actually going to film something. We shot this in December, and everything about this was a yes for me. So I never imagined that out of nowhere such an interesting role would just come to me. And had this come to me a couple of years ago, I would have jumped at it even then. So
But it's amazing, Prachi, because I know even like as a reporter, one gets very insecure when you don't get that big interview, and there would be a lull. But for an actor, I'm sure it's even more magnified because having been in the limelight and spotlight constantly, and suddenly saying like,
you're totally right. I mean, I know what it could be like you're saying, from your field as well as mine, because it's such a visual medium. And like you're saying, it's not that the pressure was any less. Of course, there was a lot of pressure, and wondering where this will go, etc. But sometimes when you're really strong-minded, then I think you can pull it off. Also, I think with social media and everything, the pressure got a lot more, because you sort of have to be out there. You have to cater to that demand or requirement all the time. And oh my God, I used to hear no end of this from everyone, that you need to be more active on social media, you need to be more out there. But like I said, it's just not my scene. I am a bit shy. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera when I have to do my job. But other than that, I am a very private person. So it's quite, it takes a lot of effort for me to be out there all the time. And I feel like that is more energy consuming than actually, being okay with like not being there. So that is also one thing. Yeah.
A lot of your colleagues actually said, Article acting is 10%, 90% is being on social media and putting up those posts.
Yeah, 98% is that. Yeah, 98% has become social media. Whether luckily because of COVID, you don't have to attend parties, so that's a thumbs up from me. I love to party, but of course I need to be comfortable in my space or with my people and all of that. When it becomes business, when it becomes a job, I think that's when it takes a lot of effort, and then that is something I can't keep up with. So being on social media, socializing, I think like being out there, imagine how exhausting that could be. And compared to the time that you spend on the set, everything else you do just ends up being so much more. And honestly, Pooja, that is something that always surprised me. Like when I entered the industry, I did not know that apart from going to the set and acting, there is a whole world out there which you need to cover. And that was something which was beyond my understanding. But of course, with a little more maturity and with a little more time that passed, I accepted it. It's not that I indulge in everything or engage in everything, but at least now I know, and I know it, and I'm comfortable like knowing that this is how it works.
True. So lockdown must have been perfect for you. They said this is actually my lifestyle, quarantine. I totally get that.
I'm such a homebody. The only thing that can get me out of the house in an instant yes, like a snap, is you tell me you're taking me to a theme park and I will come running with you. But if you tell me about anything else, then I'll be like, maybe, let's see, I'll get back to you. I don't know. So yeah.
Totally get that. So now you're playing a cop in Silence, and you said this is a first for you, and it was an instant yes. And also it was a female director, so you bonded with her. So what was your experience like? And one of your fans, Uruj, has asked me to ask you, is Sanjana Bhatia anything like Prachi, or they're very different people?
So yes, to answer your question, definitely Silence was an instant yes. I love the idea of me playing a cop. I was just very impressed with our director Avan, whose debut film this is, who saw me in this new light and believed that she's going to be my Inspector Sanjana. She really, I have to say that when I read the role, Sanjana is very feminine, and she's very, very sure about herself. And there is nowhere in the script where, it's like she's treated a certain way because she's a girl. No, she's just an equal. And I love that. And I feel like sometimes female directors can bring in a humane angle to things, which are not very loud, but they're just very understated, and it's a beautiful feeling. So this film actually made me realize that cops are humans just like us, and we never think of them like that. You always imagine that a cop has this standard of has to fill in this box, should be tall and big and large and huge, but it's not like that. And I felt so comfortable playing Sanjana because of the way that the role was written. There was nothing that was demanded, which didn't feel natural. Like I was not told to put on weight. I was never told to dress like a tomboy. No, I was made to embrace my femininity. And in fact, as a cop, you will see me wearing. I know this sounds shallow, but it's not shallow. You will see me wearing pastel shades in the film, a lavender, a baby pink. And my director said, why will a cop not be herself when she has to, on duty? Sure, she can,
Yeah.
So
She doesn't have to be a badass. Yeah, she can be
exactly.
like.
And she can be a badass, regardless of how she chooses to dress or how she chooses to look or be. And I thought that was very impressive because it's very real. Today you and I, when we are in our own space, we will be completely different from what we have to project on screen, for a part. And that just brought in this human angle, and it was amazing. Besides, I think her being Aban being a debut director, a female debut director, I think she came in with so much like freshness, and she was not trying to prove a point or anything. She had this film in her mind, and that's all she wanted to make, and which was amazing. So she was very comfortable, with all of us being what we are on screen. Besides Uruj, hi. Uruj is an adorable, fan who stays in touch with me all the time through all the social mediums. So thank you for reaching out to me again. May I get Uruj's question? How close was Sanjana to Prachi?
Yeah, too. Are they very similar people, or are they very different?
I feel like the dedication part of it, I feel like I can completely relate to. Like Sanjana is very proper with her job and she gives it her 100%. And yes, whenever Prachi is on set or doing her work, whatever work that may be, I do give my 100% also. I think Sanjana is also a modern day cop. So she's a very city, like a city girl. And I think somewhere I can relate to that as well because she's quite forward in her thinking that way. She's very, urban and relatable. Another thing about Sanjana, what I love the most about Sanjana, which I feel is a lot like me, is that she doesn't try to fit in. So she is a part of a 4-cop team where the other 3 are males and she's the only female there. But it's not something that ever like ticks on her head. She is who she is. She is how she is, and she will do equal work. So that I think was the most relatable.
Awesome. And Prachi Desai Fan Club has asked, what was it like working with Manoj Bajpayee?
Hey guys, you guys are the best in the world. Thank you for always loving and supporting me. So to answer your question, how was it working with Manoj sir? Oh, it was a complete dream come true. I think as an artist, you always have a couple of people in your mind, who you definitely want to share screen space with someday. Manoj sir was one of those, and it was pleasantly surprising working with him because he's known to be so intense. And if you've seen, his roles, then you imagine that's the kind of person you're going to see on set. But when I first went on set, oh my God, I was greeted with the biggest smile and the liveliest hi hello that there could ever be. And I just, I didn't know what to say because I was like, oh my God, hi, like it's amazing to see you. And he just put us at ease, made us all super comfortable. Besides, you can watch him all day just perform in front of the camera because he's amazing. No 2 takes are ever the same. He will perform differently in every shot, and sometimes he will surprise you with things that you never imagined. If you watch the film keenly, after you watched it, we should connect again because I will tell you what he did where, and that was never in the script. It was amazing.
Looking forward to that. And Uruj ka ek aur sawal hai. When do we see you working with Rajkumar Rao?
Oh, I do love Rajkumar Rao. He's one of my favorite artists, and I've loved all of his work. And I really hope very, very soon because he's definitely one of those actors that I really want to work with. Sure. Hopefully soon.
So, and your fan club has asked, what is your take on reality shows and Bigg Boss? Will you agree to go on them?
I think
इसमें आप quiet से हो ना, आप बोलोगे मुझे उस ड्रामा से दूर ही रखो.
You get me, Pooja. You totally get me. I'm such a private person. I don't think I would sign up for that voluntarily.
Even if they paid you $1 million, you would be like, no, every day I don't want to be on the headline.
Exactly. No, I think social media is all that I can handle for now. And being live present there for something like that, I don't think so.
But Uruj and your fan club both want to know your
Hounding you, huh?
your dream co-star. They want to know your dream role, and क्या आप music video करोगे जल्दी?
Oh, so yeah, interestingly, actually, there are some things in the music space that are in store. I think due to the lockdown, a lot of things got postponed and pushed a little bit. But yeah, music videos for sure. I love the idea of just I think I guess like going into a different world within 2 minutes or within 4 minutes of like a visual treat. So yes, I do love songs and albums and music in general. So I will definitely be a part of something very very soon. Besides my dream role, that's such a vast question because I am so greedy and I would love to do so many like different things. I did at one point really want to play Kalpana Chawla, if ever her film was made. I also wanted to play a role like Gayatri Devi because I think women of their times in different times and just very powerful personalities. So something of that sort I would absolutely love to try. And my dream co-stars, where do I even start? Because this list is so long.
Everyone envied you when you were in Rock On with Farhan. Everyone envied you.
I remember this. Can I tell you that some of my friends were extremely upset that I was in that scene where he's taking a shower. I was in the bathroom at that time. So they wanted to know details that were just not right. I'm just joking, but yeah, everybody was a fan of Farhan with Rock On. I think he was so amazing in his film. So yeah, they were pretty jealous, and I had a great time. I think teasing them about it. I think my dream co-stars definitely. I really want to work with Rajkumar Rao as one of the questions you did ask me. I also want to work with Vicky Kaushal and Aditya Roy Kapoor.
Awesome, but Prachi, for somebody who's done TV so young, then she did film and now digital. You have seen, and now the lines are blurred. Are you happy with the way narratives are being written for, women in now vis-a-vis when you started? And what is that one change you want to see vis-a-vis female actors in this space?
Yes, I think it's a beautiful time because, you get that much more scope for that many more actors to come on board and do something. Earlier, we were only restricted to like the theatrical or television medium, and which is why, you can have only an X number of actors doing those projects. But now with, I think with OTT, you can have so many new projects. And I love that there are new directors, writers, new producers who are making stuff. So as far as women, I think the position of women or roles for women is concerned, I feel like up to some extent right now, as compared to maybe since over a decade, right now we're probably the closest to depicting some of them closest to reality. And which is pretty nice because you see women taking a stand for themselves, you see them being themselves, being real, and I think that's very important because you can't always have them portray something that's sublime or subdued or something like that. You have to have women with you have to have a woman with a voice. So that is very good. That's a plus sign of OTT. I think what I would like to improve is a lot of it. I feel like when women are just used for like the sexual medium, or like for just used for as a commodity in a project, that is something that I just don't like at all. I feel like women can do so much more, and through a man's narrative, why always just have them in a position like that? So yeah, we can definitely change the way that women's roles are written in shows, web series a lot.
Absolutely. So what do you do other than when you're not on the set? What can we catch you doing?
Sometimes you can, I think, catch me at a theme park, that's for sure. Sometimes I even go to the same one like 4 times just because I love them. Like when I'm traveling, you'll probably catch me at the same theme park, like going back every other day. But I do enjoy that. Like I like traveling and sort of exploring different things. I don't even know when I became such a foodie that I am now.
You cook.
Yeah. Other than that, there's always scripts to read. There's narrations to take. We actors also. It's a very nice time. I mean, at present, because you can always engage in a lot of other things other than like films. Whether it's brand endorsements, whether it's being a spokesperson for a particular thing. So yeah, a lot of those kind of things sort of keep you busy. Yeah, that's that.
But somewhere, do your personal choices also impact the roles that you choose to play, like what you are as a person, or are you like, it's okay, I'm greedy, I'll do anything?
No, for sure. I think your inherent sorry, I'll talk for me only. I think my inherent personality somewhere definitely leads me to choosing the kind of roles that I do. I will give you an example. There have been a lot of very big commercial films that were offered in the past, but I thought that I just thought that they were not appropriate for me. And if I was just, like I said, if I was just being used as a commodity in a project, I wouldn't want that. Which is why, yeah, the kind of person that I am and what I stand for, that definitely reflects in a lot of my role choices.
You'd mentioned somewhere that when you're young, you're a risk taker. When you chose, at the peak of your TV career to go into films, and when you were told, mat karo, aise. But now that you're older, do you feel that impulsiveness has gone down a bit, or will you'll still go and take that risk?
I feel like, yeah, sure. Now, the kind of thoughts that you battle with yourself, I think are a lot more, because you're always trying to weigh the options, and you have not only your own voice, but a lot of other people telling you what to do, what not to do. That impacts it a lot. Like, I think, yeah, when I first got my break on television, I had never imagined that such an opportunity would come my way. Had it come to me after I was already an actor or an experienced actor, then I would sit and think whether doing a role that is older than me is okay or not. Should I just be playing a teenager because I am a teenager? Things like that definitely, play like a huge thing on your mind. But yeah, I was young, and all I needed was just a break. So I played that role. I did it. And even with Rock On, so something that a couple of films that had come to me before that didn't feel right. With Rock On, it was one of my favorite directors. I had loved Dil Chahta Hai so much, and getting to share screen space with Farhan for his debut film, I think that was it. Like, I knew that I had to be a part of this film. And even then, I did not worry about the fact that I was playing a role that was going to be much older than myself, because I was 19 at that time. I just did it with a lot of ease. And it was only later that I understood that my first film really impacted every other role offer that I was getting after that. So had I come from a more comfortable position where I was, where maybe something was tailor-made for me, or like that, then I think it would have been very different. But yeah, when you are when you come out of nowhere, then I think it's just about picking it up at the right time, and then whatever else follows, you figure out. Yeah,
absolutely. But it's wonderful to see you back. So everybody wants to know, I want to know, what after Silence?
So there's definitely another film, and then there is a web series also, that I am in talks for. And I feel like, yes, it's a good space now, because they're very different from each other, and the kind of roles that I get to pick now are pretty different. So yeah, I think that's going to be the only thing, trying to do as much different distinct characters that I can.
So lastly, what has changed then Kasam se, and now, in terms of the way you're being approached for roles? What do you think you see as a change?
I definitely see that a lot of people see me in different light, and they know that as an actor you can obviously do much more than what you've probably portrayed in the past. So it's a mixed bag of both. It is still people who still come to me with the same stuff, and it is again people like Aban, who come to me with the most amazing things that you just absolutely cannot say no to. So yeah, it's a mix of both.
Well, looking forward to Silence. All the very best. Lovely talking to you. And now, itna der nahi rakhna chahiye hame gap. We'll be meeting more often now.
I know, right? It's just going
It's been a while.
be an attempt. Absolutely.
Absolutely. All the very best. Lovely
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
Always amazing speaking to you.
Bye. Bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.